6:51, time for the morning sprint.
A shooting suspect still on the loose this morning. Ronald Stevens now facing attempted murder charges, even though police haven't found him yet. You're taking a look at two good pictures of him right now. Madison police say surveillance video shows Stevens arguing with a man inside the temporary shelter on 1st Street on the city's east side, then shooting him 3 times at close range. Police consider Stevens to be dangerous and say he could be armed. Call 911 if you see him.
The shelter is under increased security this morning. It started last night with 2 security guards now being on site every day from 5 at night to 8 in the morning. Guests will also have to go through a weapons and metal detection screening process before being let in.
The Colorado massacre suspect due in court today for his first appearance, Ahmed Al-Alis, is expected to be charged with 10 counts of murder, 1 for each person killed in the Boulder supermarket shooting. Investigators haven't determined a motive yet for the rampage. CBS News has learned that Elise's mental health is being looked at as a potentially significant factor in the killings.
President Biden could use executive action on gun control, but Vice President Harris says it's not his preferred route. Harris says he'd rather have permanent change through legislation and is pushing Congress to pass changes on issues like expanding background checks. Monday's rampage in Boulder is the second mass shooting in a week after last week's Atlanta spa shooting that left 8 dead.
The question of whether people can openly carry guns despite state restrictions will likely head to the U.S. Supreme Court. Just yesterday, a federal appeals court ruled that states can require gun owners to hold open carry licenses. To get a license, they have to show a need to protect themselves or their property. The ruling rejects a resident's Second Amendment claims. If the U.S. Supreme Court takes up the case, it could lead to the most significant ruling on firearms in the country in more than a decade.
Developing right now, Chicago police, SWAT, and the FBI are investigating after potential explosives were found in a unit in Chicago last night. Someone initially called police to the building for a death investigation early Wednesday morning. More than 12 hours later, police learned new information and decided to go back to the building. Those explosives were found in the same unit where officials found the dead person. The floor where police found the man's body has been evacuated along with the floors above and below.
A U.S. official tells CBS News that the 2 missiles fired by North Korea are most likely short-range ballistic missiles. If this is confirmed, it would be a violation of UN resolutions. It would be a small escalation, too, from last weekend when the country launched 2 short-range cruise missiles. Those are not banned by sanctions.
The nomination is confirmed.
Dr. Rachel Levine is officially the first openly transgender federal official. She is the Assistant Secretary of the Health and the Department of Health and Human Services. Levine has served as Pennsylvania's Secretary of Health and Physician General. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer described Levine's confirmation as a milestone for the LGBTQ community.
President Biden set to hold his first news conference of his presidency this afternoon. CBS News will air a special report covering the event from the White House. In addition to the pandemic, the president is expected to answer questions about the economy, the border crisis, and gun control.
The Greater Madison Chamber of Commerce is set to release survey results on the challenges small businesses are facing right now. 368 Greater Madison businesses responded. The chamber says they represent mostly small or locally owned businesses, including a significant percentage of women and minority-owned businesses. It's the 3rd survey conducted since the start of the pandemic. You can look for full coverage of those results on the Channel 3000 mobile app.
Governor Evers plans to host the 2nd of his 6 virtual Badger Bounceback live sessions to discuss his biennial budget proposal today. Tonight's listening session will cover health care, including how to access affordable coverage, mental health services, and protecting people with pre-existing conditions. That listening session starts at 6 o'clock this evening.
If you haven't gotten a stimulus check yet, it might have just hit your bank account. The IRS sent 37 million payments yesterday, bringing the total distributed so far to 127 million. Most of those were through direct deposit. The government will send more stimulus payments in the form of debit cards or paper checks over the next few weeks.
And of course, we are dry in the Badger State in the meantime, but we're watching showers develop just back towards our south and west. Another area we're watching, that's the deep south. This is where a severe weather outbreak is likely headed into this afternoon. We have a high risk, level 5 out of 5, for places like Tupelo, Huntsville, and then other areas that could see strong storms include Nashville, Memphis, and Jackson. This is where a tornado outbreak is possible as we move through the afternoon. So if you know family down there, have friends down there, please give them a call and make sure that they are ready to go. 39 degrees is where our temperature stands. We do have lots of cloud cover out there. 43 is the temperature in Janesville right now. Platteville waking up at 40. As you plan the day, temperatures warm up towards 47 degrees. We'll see the chance for showers, especially later on this evening. Some of those may mix with snow as things wind down later tonight.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Thanks for watching, folks. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.